Donald Trump notoriously pushed back against mask mandates. In fact, he spread all sorts of disinformation to discourage people from wearing masks because he believed that it made him and his administration look bad as people were wearing masks during a deadly pandemic. Well, now, the very properties that have his name all over them are implementing mandatory mask mandates. Trump hotels across the country have adopted a variety of different masking policies, some of which would qualify as mandates according to GOP critics. The Trump International Hotel in Miami requires masks to be worn in all public places. The Trump hotels in Chicago and Hawaii have a COVID-19 policy that suggests employees are required to wear masks. And you know what? Good on them. That is the right decision. Masks work, they help to prevent the spread of coronavirus, they keep people safe. And while this is kind of funny, considering the fact that Donald Trump's name is on these buildings, the properties themselves, the management at these properties are not just doing the right thing, they're listening to the local guidelines and regulations on the matter.
I mainly want to do this story to say, ha ha. But by the way, don't get me wrong, I know it's not gonna matter. So Trump said mail-in ballots were dangerous and terrible, then took a picture with a mail-in ballot and his entire family surrounding him with mail-in ballots. So facts don't matter at all, right? So you tell them, hey, Trump didn't think masks were a good idea and then he got COVID. And they're like, yeah, that's right, masks aren't a good idea. Wait, what? Trump actually got vaccinated. He just didn't show it to you, but he says he got vaccinated. But then he tells you, oh, you should question the vaccination. And they're like, oh yeah, I don't care. All right, so when you tell them, Trump is mandating masks at his hotel, they're gonna be like, I don't care. All you have to do is say, Trump still hates Mexicans. Yeah, that's right. They don't care about anything else. Oh, he's gonna ban transgender people from the military in the bathroom and track and field. Yeah. Like they're not gonna listen to this. You think that a single right winger is gonna go, huh? That does seem a bit hypocritical.
Look, I think that there is a broader issue, a broader problem of right wingers in either positions of power or with some public influence, taking all of the relevant measures to protect themselves, like getting vaccinated, for instance, while simultaneously sowing doubt in the minds of their fans, their viewers, their voters. It just gives you a sense of how shameless these people are. 100%. How they don't care about the well-being of the very people who put them in positions of power in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, look at just today's news. Trump is vaccinated, but he didn't want to make a big display of it on television because he wanted to sow conspiracy theories about vaccinations, right? He didn't want to wear a mask because he thought it would hurt his vanity. He didn't like how he looked in a mask. So 620,000 people died.
To be fair, that is a beautiful face. You wouldn't want to cover that.
You wouldn't want to cover that. Yeah, no way. And then he does mask mandates because he doesn't actually want to get hurt himself, right? He just wants you to believe in his stupid conspiracy theories. Greg Abbott. So he says no mask mandates. I want to make sure you guys are spreading it as much as possible. He gets COVID, and all of a sudden he's got Regeneron. He's talking to all the doctors, the scientists. What happened, big guy? I thought you didn't believe in any of that stuff, right? But it doesn't matter. It'll never get through them. Look, the only thing that's possible is not trying to logic with them and reason with them. And I made that mistake a couple of thousand times. It never works. Look, I don't have the stomach for it, and I don't want to do it, and it has other downsides. But really, if you wanted to get through them, the only thing you could do is talk their language, which is of emotion, rage, insecurity, etc. So, for example, they're accidentally doing this in Florida. They're saying, oh, the reason we're have so much coronavirus cases is because Biden is bringing in illegal Mexicans into Florida, and they've got COVID. Illegal Mexicans in Florida? Like, I mean, yeah, there's Cubans that are coming in, but not that many Mexicans in Florida. It's not that there are none, but that's obviously you don't share a border. I don't know if you know that, right? I know you've lost track of all logic and facts, right? But why does that work a little bit And it's accidental. They didn't mean it to get people vaccinated or wear masks. But they're like, oh, the Mexicans are doing it. Okay, then I don't want it. Then I don't want it. Okay, maybe I'll get vaccinated because the Mexicans brought it in. Like, it's insanity. But how do you talk to people who choose not to be sane?
You can't.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.